as 40 legislators now demand the replacement of the Assam Rifles with, as I said, what they call a more trustworthy central force. General Chauhan, it's not unusual for the army to deal with volatile situations, but this must hurt, this must injure, this must make you angry and upset.
Good afternoon, Barkha. Thank you for calling me for your show. Yes, it hurts. It hurts that a force which has spent its lifetime in the difficult areas of the Northeast sacrificed so many and so much to be targeted by inimical elements. And elements that, unfortunately, today are in political power in a particular state. It hurts because these are the same people who couple of years back or even a couple of months back swore by our ability to prevent violence, swore by our sacrifice, came and attended so many of our war memorial functions, only to see them now turn court and accuse the Assam Rifles like this. It's disheartening, Barkha. It's extremely disheartening.
Yes, I can only imagine. And, how do you think the response to this should be? We have seen a statement from the army that came before these legislators wrote this letter, and that came after the Manipur police filed an FIR, as it were, against the Assam Rifles. Now, I just want to say that after having spent a week on the ground in Manipur, I can say that the police stands without any authority or any credibility, and the army is the last left unit of governance, as it were. And the images we're showing you is, of course, here on the national highway that connects Imphal to Churachandpur, where army blockades had to contend with volatile protesters, mostly women. Now, as I bring up this statement, sir, the Assam Rifles says that there have been inimical and desperate attempts to malign it. It also says that the army will continue to operate without fear or favor. That the army is there to issue such a statement in itself is unusual, isn't it?
It is, Barkha. In all my years, I've never had, and you know that I've been the ADG and been in the PI directorate once before earlier as the director. This is the first time we've had to actually prove our loyalty to the nation. It's bad enough that we've had to fight many difficult wars. We're bad enough that we've had to go through very difficult environments in protecting our people. But for our own people to call us the names that they have called us, and for the lawmakers of Manipur to have written a letter about us to the parliament or to the home minister is extremely disheartening, Barkha. All I can say is that, you said, how do we go from here? I think the only way we're going to go, and we're going to continue doing that, Barkha, is by ensuring that we give our best, we sacrifice all, and we ensure impartiality. To us, all human beings are the same. We are going to and will have always protected everybody in the Northeast. No tribe has been left behind by us ever, not in the last 180 years, and it will not happen in the next 180 years. The Assam Rifles is a force that, as you're aware, is totally commanded by the Indian Army. From the top leadership to the young captains that are our spearhead, they are all from the Indian Army. We have young lady officers too, who are a part of the Indian Army and who've been commissioned from the Indian Army income. And to say that the Assam Rifles is any different or that it has a different character from the army is absolutely false and incorrect. And it's disheartening because these same lawmakers are the people we have protected. The Northeast, as you know, is a volatile place. And many
Yeah.
of these people who've said and who have written and who have signed on the document are people I myself have protected. I have brought out from extreme danger. We have protected them. We have protected their people. We have taken them out. And even now, Barkha, 52 to 54% of the indigenously displaced people whom we have put into camps and taken to safety are actually the Maithi community.
Yeah.
They are the villages that we are protecting. They are the people we are protecting, and we protect the villages on the fringes of this very unfortunate conflict between the Kukis and the Maithis. But we will
Yeah. And
continue. We will continue doing that. There's no doubt in our mind that this is a temporary phase where people are targeting us, and they will know that we will continue helping everybody.
I want to underline what you just said, that the lawmakers, some of the lawmakers who have signed on to this letter asking for the Assam Rifles to be replaced, are the very lawmakers that the Assam Rifles, including yourself, have protected. That is a very, very important point to underscore there. Now, sir, something very horrible is happening, which is that even soldiers are being asked to first reveal their identity, to establish which community that they belong to, and then women protesters, in this case mostly from the Meitei community, who have accused the Assam Rifles, only then they allow them to pass through. I'm going to play a little clip, disturbing clip, but an important clip for you to comment on. Take a look at this.
सौरभी गोगोई सौरभी गोगोई
कहाँ से आया है? अच्छा, ये रेजिमेंट क्या है? घर रेजिमेंट का नाम क्या है? बोलो। सीएमपी बेटा ये गलत है। माँ पूछिए ना प्लीज। नहीं, आप फोटो भी दीजिए। आधार कार्ड दिखाइए। नहीं, हमारा आधार कार्ड है, वैसे आपको देख के भी पता लग गया कि कुछ नहीं, आपको पता लग गया। आधार कार्ड दिखाइए। पता लगने के बाद आप क्यों कर रहे हैं ऐसे? अब आप सामने तो भी कुछ नहीं।
So, you can hear the soldier through this period of tension. Some young captain, major there, is trying to reason politely with these ladies and saying, "Ab kyun aisa kar rahe hain? Let us go." But I want you to tell me, before we come to how dangerous this is, what a soldier on the ground who's there trying to restore peace, rescue people, he's asked to show his ID, he sees this letter. What must he be feeling today?
Disheartened, Barkha, extremely disheartened. But let me tell you, we have the leadership with them. Our young army officers are extremely motivated, and I'm sure they're telling their soldiers, "Don't worry, this is a temporary phase, and we deal with it." Sometimes, in desperate situations, some certain communities become a little more hardline, and this part is actually the first time I'm seeing this, Barkha. But I'm certain that we will, despite all the disheartening conversation that is taking place, our soldiers will come out of it, will be perfectly fine, and we will have worked it out with them that don't worry, it's not targeted towards communities, it's not targeted to it's just the kind of situation that has emerged over the last 3 months that is forcing people to do this. I'm certain, Barkha, this is a temporary phase, and that we shouldn't worry. And but it is disheartening. I have no doubt about it. In my heart, there's a great deal of anger that these are the people we have protected, and we will continue to protect. And for them to cast aspersions on our character, on our courage, and on our commitment to them is disheartening.
And when you say that there is a great deal of anger, you can at least express that anger today, sir. You are no longer in uniform. You're not serving. Of course, the soldier is always in uniform. But imagine the soldier who's on the ground and feeling that same anger that you are. How is he going to channel it today?
What we have, Barkha, is that after every operation, we have a feedback session. We sit down with our soldiers and we work out this anger. I have been through very difficult situations in the past. I have fought these communal violence in very difficult and different places. And we've always come out of it by talking to our soldiers and explaining to them that sometimes people behave in this irrational manner and we should not hold this issue with them. Barkha, what happens is the soldier is also a human being. Many times, as you're aware, in Kashmir or in the Northeast, when we have lost soldiers in a firefight, there is a lot of anger within the unit. But we sit down and we talk out this anger with our soldiers and tell them that don't target the elements in this community because they are not at fault. The fault is based on is somebody else. Let's find him and let's get him, but don't target the community, and don't hold in your heart any hatred towards the community. A soldier must never hate a community. So, Barkha, we don't operate out of hate. We operate out of our love for our country. We operate out of the commitment that we have to do our job. So this is something that is standard in the standard operating procedures of the Assam Rifles and the army. That every time we're faced with a difficult situation, we come back and we talk to them and we say, "Don't worry, we are here to look after you, and you will be looked after." So this is the way we handle things, Barkha. We are extremely committed in our attitude towards this.